So my name is Mike Madison, and I farm here along Poudre Creek between Winters and Davis. We started farming at this location in 1986. Yeah, it's a 22-acre farm, and we're actually only about 14 acres in cultivation because we have a bunch of native riparian forest along Poudre Creek as part of the farm, and we've left that more or less intact. It's an interesting wildlife habitat, and it's full of bobcats and all kinds of wild animals. And we grow a number of different crops, but our main tree crop is olives. We started planting olives in 1991. So we have around 16 to 20 varieties, and some of those we only have one or two trees. They just have them as oddballs. The main varieties are, we have some Tuscan varieties, which would be Frantoio, Latino, Moriolo, Pendolino. It's kind of classic Tuscan set of varieties, and we make a lot of oil from those. We have Tajasca, which is from Liguria. And then I have some French olives, Aguilandao. I have Greek olive, Koroniki. We have some Spanish olives, Picual. So we make some separate varietal oils, and we make some blends. Harvest is all by hand. This is still the technology of 5,000 years ago, basically. We spread nets on the ground, pull the fruit out of the tree by hand, and then we mill it usually within 16 hours or so. So 2005, I went to Italy. I bought a bunch of machinery and shipped it over here and set up my own mill. And this enables me to have complete control over, well, as much control as one can get, over how the oil is being made, the kind of temperatures it runs at, the speed at which things are happening. A lot of the mills are not set up to, are not certified organic, or maybe they have an extra charge. They're going to charge you an extra couple $100 to clean their machinery before they mill organic olives or things like that. And here, because we're doing only organic fruit, our relationship to the Department of Public Health and to the certifying agencies is pretty straightforward. If you take an olive off the tree, even a nice black one, and taste it, it will be terrible. It's so full of bitterness. And so when olives are cured for table olives, you've got to get rid of that bitterness. And there's different ways to do it. The classic way was fermentation. A second, more modern way is you treat the olives with lye. So basically chemically destroy the bitterness in them. And then the third way you can get the bitterness out is just to dry the olives out. The bitterness is water soluble, so as you extract water, the bitterness goes away with it. So that's what we're doing. We make these dried olives. They still have a little bit of bitterness to them. They have kind of a complex, earthy flavor to them, which I like a lot. And so that comes at the very end of the season. Like after we're done making oil, then we'll come through and harvest black olives to make the dried olives. Typically the way we use them ourselves is we'll soak them in water for a few hours or even overnight, and then dry them out and let them start to dry again until they just get the sort of chewy consistency of raisins. That's the texture we're aiming for, is the texture of raisins. When we get to that stage, we'll typically, you can just eat them as a snack, but typically we'll coat them with olive oil, fresh garlic, lemon zest, maybe a little bit of oregano or rosemary, something like that, and then that's an hors d'oeuvre or a antipasta kind of thing. And they're delicious that way.